Good morning, friends. Today we are going to study the automobile engineering. Now, the automobile engineering is a subject given to the 7th semester. As you all know, it has been given as the elective subject. Now, in order to know what is automobile engineering and in order to create your interest in the automobile engineering, let us understand, let us raise your knowledge about the automobile engineering. Today, we in the first lecture, we are going to see how simply the car engine works. It will be a basic for the car engine works, and we will raise our interest and we will focus our attention towards automobile engineering. We have one video given by Autotech Labs. We will try to understand the concept given in the video and exactly how engine works. Let us see. Let us see how car engine works. A car engine generates power from the expansion of compressor, as we all know, in a contained cylinder with the help of a fuel. That is why called as an internal combustion engine. Now it has been taught to you that there are two types of engines. The first is called as an internal combustion engine, where an enclosed cylinder will give you the combustion process on basis, whereas another is called as a external combustion process. Let's see. Before getting into the working, let's see the main parts involved in the working of an engine. First, this is the crankshaft. This is the part which converts linear motion of the piston to rotation. The crank sprocket is connected to crank. Next, the pistons and the pistons rods. The pistons will be pushed down by the expansion of compressor and turns the crankshaft over here. Then valves which controls the flow of air and fuel into the cylinder. Now dependent on these valves and valve springs, we have seen that there is a ratio called as stoichiometric air ratio, and for diesel engines it is separate, for petrol engines it is, or for gasoline engines it is separate. So this is the valve spring and valve arrangement which will regulate the flow coming towards the engine. Now this is the schematic arrangement. You can see valve lifter, valve spring and valves. These valves are driven by the intake camshaft and the exhaust camshaft. Now, as we all know, there are four types of expansions or four types of procedures that takes place in the engine. The first is suction, that is inlet the fuel, then compression, then expansion, suction, compression, expansion and exhaust. So valve plays important role. Let's see another parts. Now these are the intake cam sprocket, idler pulley, then that is the timing belt, tension pulley, idler pulley on the bottom side, exhaust cam sprocket. There will be idler pulleys and a tension pulley to hold the belt tight in the position. You can see. Then there is an internal structure of a 4-stroke inline 4-cylinder. You can see at the very right the spark has been ignited, and as soon as the spark gets ignited there will be the starting of the engine. Let's see. Sparks are getting generated, therefore combustion of petrol has been started. That is dual over hybrid system, which is commonly found in hatchback and sedan cars. A 4-stroke engine should pass through 4 different strokes to complete one cycle to produce power. As we said, suction, compression, expansion and exhaust. They are intake or suction, compression, power or exhaust, expansion and exhaust. The crank to camshaft ratio is 2:1. That means you have to understand the condition. For the 2 rotations of the cams, there will be 1 rotation above that. 2 crank revolutions to complete 1 camshaft revolution, and the camshafts are designed in a responsive manner to open or close based on the corresponding strokes of each cylinder. You can see the diagram running. Let's take a look at a single cylinder and see how a 4-stroke engine works. In order to ignite the air fuel mixture, a spark plug is used. Now the spark plug ignites compressed air fuel mixture with the help of an electrical signal. We will take it down by each stroke. The intake stroke, the inlet valve opens and the downward movement of the piston creates air fuel mixture in the cylinder. Once the air fuel mixture in the cylinder, compression stroke begins compressing the mixture. Therefore, it will compress air fuel mixture. At this time, both inlet and outlet valve stays closed. At the end of compression stroke, the air fuel mixture is ignited by the spark. The explosion exerts pressure and pushes the piston down. This is the power stroke which produces power to the crank. At the exhaust stroke, the outlet valve opens and the piston pushes out on the bottom. The cycle starts again from the intake strokes, keeping the engine running and producing the constant power. For a carburetor engine, the air and fuel are mixed inside the carburetor and are fed to the cylinders. In the case of fuel injected engine, the fuel is injected into the intake many times or directly into the cylinder. Since only a power stroke produces power, you may wonder how the engine turns continuously. Well, the answer is in the crank itself. Flywheel crank counterweights provides potential minimum which keeps the crankshaft from stopping immediately. For a 4-cylinder engine, considering any time instance, one cylinder is always in a power stroke. You can see the firing order 1342, 1342 is the power, and less vibrations compared to a single cylinder engine. And that is how a car engine produces power in a simple stroke.